Hey, welcome. It's Paul Farmer. It's Freedom Project Live, episode 227. 227. Welcome, Facebook. Welcome, YouTube. So today, what I'm going to be doing on this video is I'm going to be talking about the 10X rule, okay, by Grant Cardone. I'm going to be going over the first chapter. What is the 10X rule? And the reason I'm going over this is because one of the things that I realized after reading this book was, I was completely off when it came to my goals. I was completely off on my expectations when it came to whatever project I was working on, whatever goal I had set. Right, I was completely off. I was completely off when it came to the adversity that I would face, that I would have to face, and I think this is a great. Like, it was really eye-opening for me because before I read this book, before I started going through this thing, I was thinking I had the thought process that it was my program. If I had this whole thing where I thought that if it were free, it should be easy, right? And how many people think this? How many people think that if it's free, it's going to be easy? So right from the very beginning of this book, that myth is completely destroyed, because it doesn't matter if it's free. It doesn't matter what the cost is. The point is, you're going to have to do way more than you expect to do to fight through all the noise. There's a lot of noise online. So you're going to have to do way more than you ever thought you would need to do to break through the noise and get seen and get your product seen and start making sales. Okay, so way more, and we all underestimate this. It doesn't matter how many times I do it, I always underestimate it. So there are actually four goal setting mistakes people make, and I'm going to go over these right now. So the first one here is actually mistargeting. Mistargeting is basically you are mistargeting the goal. So a lot of times what happens is people, they set goals that are way too low. They do not provide enough motivation to keep going and pursue them. A lot of the times the goal that is set is low, so it doesn't really change their life much. If they achieve it, great, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. So what he recommends you do is you 10x your goal. So for example, if your goal is to make $2,000 a month online, you should 10x that goal and make it $20,000 a month. Now, what that will do is when you reach that goal, your life is completely changed. Making just 2,000 is pretty much going to keep you probably where you're at, or is not going to allow you to get too far ahead. So that's what he means by that. I'll actually read exactly what he says here. Mistargeting by setting objectives that are too low and don't allow for correct motivation. So that's the first mistake the majority of people are making when it comes to achieving goals. Okay, mistake number 2, severely underestimating. I'm just going to read it and I'll talk a little bit about it. And this is the one. This is the one that really stood out to me. This was like the eye opener to me. I was like, wow, that is so true. So severely underestimate what it will take in terms of actions, resources, money, and energy to accomplish the target. Now, I know for a fact the majority of people underestimate this, especially in online marketing, especially in network marketing. They think that, I'm going to put up a post and people are just going to come flooding in, sales are going to come flooding in, right? Or I'm going to post my link in a group or groups and people are just going to flood right in, right? Or I'm going to make one video and that one video is just going to explode my business. And it doesn't happen that way. You're going to spend way more time, way more energy, way more effort, way more money than you ever imagined. And it doesn't matter if your product is free or like it's a high ticket. It doesn't matter. The fact is, you're going to have to do way more than you're planning to do. We always underestimate this. So this to me was a huge eye opener, because before, I always, like I said, I always thought that, oh well, if my product is free, people are going to come running because there's no cost objection, right? It's free. But the truth of the matter is that's not the case at all. It doesn't matter if it's free. It doesn't matter if it's a high ticket. You're going to have to do more work than you are estimating right now. So number three, third mistake people make when it comes to goal setting is they spend too much time competing. And this is a big one because he says just go out and dominate your sector. And I feel like competing is kind of just copying the competition. You know, it's kind of paying attention to what they're doing. And he says you want to change that up completely, like just dominate. I'm not going to go too much into that one. And the last one, this one's super important to understand. Underestimating the amount of adversity. There's going to be adversity. Simple as that. You are going to get beat up. Things are. I know it's not a message you want to hear. I know you want to hear the easy button and all that. I know what I speak about, what Grant Cardone speaks about, what like Bo Eason speaks about, what any of these people that speak about, where they have real talk, where they actually tell you, hey, look, you guys, you got to do the work. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have skin knees. You're going to get beat up. You're going to get rejected. You're going to have things happen that you're not expecting. That's not something people want to listen to, at least not in my experience. They always want the easy button. They want the easy way, but that's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. So underestimating the amount of adversity is a big one to understand, because if you understand that there are going to be obstacles, there are going to be trials, there are going to be days where, like, for example, maybe you're on a particular social media platform and that platform shuts you down, or maybe it shuts down completely. That's it. That's adversity. That's something that's going to happen, or someone charged back, or there's all kinds of things. Maybe your autoresponder blocks you. I've had that happen. I've lost social media accounts. So this is going to happen. Things are going to happen. Maybe something happens in your business. Maybe you're not getting paid right away. You have to understand it's part of the process. So these four things for me, and this book, I have gone through, I don't even know how many times, and I constantly go back to it. This book has made a real difference for me, because I realize that I'm selling myself short. I still go back. I go, okay, I need to step it up. I need to do more. I know I can go another level. And basically, another thing that I'm not even talking about in this chapter, but one of the things that really stood out to me too was that it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated. It's actually the simple things that produce income. And you don't even have to be passionate about it. That's something that people always say, oh, you got to be passionate. Well, Grant Cardone didn't like sales. He hated sales. But he became one of the best at it, if not the best at it. That's you can argue that point, but you can't argue the fact that he is one of the top sales trainers out there, period. And you can't argue with his success. So the fact that he didn't like sales and he became a car salesman, and he's where he's at now, just as proof right there. Like, you don't have to love what you're doing to be great at it. And you can find passion in other things. It's not just about, oh, I'm passionate about this, so this is what I'm going to do. I think that's a myth. I think that's something a lot of people think they need to do. Oh, I need to be. If I'm not passionate, I can't be successful at it. That's nonsense. It's a lie, because you can find passion in other things. So, for example, and I'm kind of going off topic. I'm going to wrap this up. You can find passion because let's say you're in a vehicle. Maybe you're not as into it as you are other things, but you're in a vehicle that can help other people in some way. So, for example, I mean, if you're in a vehicle that could provide more income to anyone, right? That is something you'd be passionate about, because you can become passionate about helping those people change their financial situation. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Appreciate you. What's really exciting to me right now is that I'm actually part of really a movement. It's really a movement where, I mean, the value that we are providing as a team is just insane. It's insane. It really is. In fact, like, the reason I'm doing these videos, now I do videos all the time. I just checked how many videos I have on one of my YouTube channels. It's well over 1,500 videos, coming on 1,600 videos. But what I love about this is our team, because when you come on board, so I'm gonna put the link right here if you want to learn more about what I'm doing. When you come on board and you get started, not only do you get access to my private group where I teach a very simple formula that's proven, it works. I've sponsored hundreds of people without paid ads using the formula that I teach. But you also get access to the rest of our team resources. One of the team resources, and I've been talking about this, and I keep talking about this because I think it's such a big deal. We're in the process of doing a 21-day video challenge. Now, a lot of the people that are participating in this challenge have never done videos before. Like, it's completely out of their comfort zone. But I love it because it really is like a step-by-step. This is how you do video. This is why you do video. The topics are given to you every single day. So really, because like that's one of the things that I think a lot of people struggle with too, is what do I talk about? What is the topic, right? And you're being given topics every single day. You're being given a formula. So the person that put this together, our team leader, who put this together, who did this to help the team grow, to help those that were having hangups about their, like afraid to step out of their comfort zone. Or maybe they want to do videos, they just didn't know how. So we put this whole entire thing together, a 21-day, calls it Face Tube Challenge. And basically you get the topics every day. There's a full training on how to do video, either on your phone, on YouTube. I mean, it's all there. Normally, I would believe you would pay a lot of money, maybe not a lot of money, but probably maybe $100 or something to at least do this, maybe more. I don't know. But it's the fact that everybody's doing it together that's so powerful. And I've participated in video challenges before, and I can tell you straight up, from video is like why I've been able to sponsor so many people. Video, that's the reason. The reason people come and want to work with me out of the blue, never talk to them, or just sign up with me, is because of video. So that's a really powerful thing, to have access to that kind of training, and much more. I mean, we have full-on marketing systems. We have just tons and tons of resources that far out exceed the price that you pay to be a part of our team. So I've said this before too, and I'm going to say this again. Even if you're not into the opportunity, get the freaking training. Get plugged in and learn how to market effectively, because that's what will set you free. If you know how to market effectively, then you will be able to create leads on demand, and you will be able to make sales on demand. That's the skill. That's the key. It's not so much about your opportunity. It's about learning the skills. So for me personally, and this is a mindset shift I had a while ago, something I realized, even if I'm not into the product, if I could get access to top trainers that know what they're doing, know how to market, know what works, I'm going to do it. It just makes sense. So that's all I got. Click the link right below. It's paulgfarmer.com/win together. If you're on YouTube, I do have a few other links in the description that you can go through, and everything goes to almost the same place. And you'll get access to my private group. Okay, so with that, make it a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.